Have you ever driven a car? It's pretty straightforward. You get in, you start the engine, and you go. Some minor details are involved, like checking the mirrors, moving it into the right gear, putting your phone away. Either way, it's a process. Then the easy part happens. You get on the road and you go. The journey to mastery, to me, is similar to driving. Robert Greene states in his book, Mastery, that there are 5 insights into mastery. And much like driving, they all begin and end with you. Finding your perfect niche or place you feel like you will be most successful in finding your calling or your life's task. It's just like finding that vehicle that will take you where you want to go, and that vehicle also needs to be a great representation of who you are. Avoiding the false path and finding your way tend to go hand in hand. Sometimes you may think that the easier path to get somewhere is like the best way to go, but in a lot of cases they provide a false sense of comfort and often lead you further away from your destination. In the career world, taking the easy path doesn't necessarily mean happiness. I mean, you can make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? In the past, I never had a vehicle, so I depended on others to get where I needed to go. I was living in the fulfillment of the moment and my immediate needs. I felt limited in my career choices. Growing up here, definitely, there weren't really many choices either way. I could grow up and be a doctor or a civil servant, maybe even a teacher, but I always felt like I wanted more, like I deserved more, or rather, I was meant for more. Well, new opportunities arose and I stepped into a field that felt safe, and things were good for a good while. But I still had that nagging feeling in the back of my head that I'm meant to do something else. And I felt my work suffer for it a little bit. I feel like I've gotten a little lazy about it, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna, flounder in my performance to a point where it becomes detrimental to my growth. So eventually I went soul searching and I reached out to things that really reminded me of my childhood. I started completing things that I put in the back seat. I reinvigorated my interest in the martial arts, and I started back on the road to my black belt, which I'm very close, but that's still not enough. I'm still missing something. So I watched Top Gun about 3 weeks ago, and I think that was it. That was the moment. It pulled me back to my childhood. I could see that desire. I felt it again, that desire to create fantasy and to create stories. And I feel like in the coming weeks, I'm going to try and push myself to learn and absorb as much of my craft as I can. Then take that knowledge and apply it to my creations. I want to make art and use the skills that I obtained from this new media journalism masters, and I want to help use it to supplement my skills that I obtained from my film education and make magic. This will be my vehicle to mastery. My name is Cornelius Thompson, and this is my story.